What is up, everybody? My name is Justin French, covering music for those who care, and right now I'm taking a look at the second self-titled record from Stone Temple Pilots. Man, it feels like a long time since we've gotten a new studio album from this group. The last one they did was with their original lead singer Scott Weiland, and that was also a self-titled record. And then in 2013, Weiland was fired from the band and was replaced with Linkin Park singer Chester Bennington, who did the Out of Time EP. And while I did enjoy that EP, I just didn't really think that Chester really fit with the band vocally. And don't get me wrong, I know there's different opinions out there that, some people are going to agree with that statement and people are not. But that's just my stance on the group. Chester is a phenomenal singer, but I just didn't think he really fit well with Stone Temple Pilots. However, a lot of tragedy had kind of gone around before this album had come out. Both old lead singers, Weiland and Bennington, had passed away. Weiland was found dead on his tour bus back in December of 2015, and Bennington had passed away in July of 2017 due to suicide. So, who did they call upon to fill in the big shoes of the lead singer for this band? None other than X Factor contestant Jeff Gutt, who was also in another band entitled Dry Cell, and in my opinion, I kind of heard snippets from this band, and his vocals kind of remind me of Chester Bennington, especially in his higher vocal range, in my opinion. So anyways, with all that tragedy that had gone around, and Jeff Gutt having some big shoes to fill vocally, how did this album do, in my opinion? Now, I was a bit nervous going into this record because, number one, it's just been a very, very long time since we've gotten anything from this band. It's been since 2010 since we've gotten a full studio album release, and 2013 since we've gotten really anything musically from this group. And I do apologize, y'all. I got the EP title wrong. It's High Rise, not Out of Time, like I said. So if you're watching that, I apologize. And anyways, two, Jeff Gutt just really had some big shoes to fill because Scott Weiland and Chester Bennington had come before him. And what did I think of his vocals? I think on this record he does a phenomenal job as the vocalist for this group. And while I do feel that the vocals do remind me of a lot of Weiland and definitely Bennington in some places, he definitely just does his own thing vocally. He doesn't try to imitate both of those two. He just does his own thing vocally. And also, there are some songs on this record that do kind of give tribute to Weiland and Bennington. And I'll get to those in a minute, but I think whenever they do play, I think they're pretty great, honestly. They're really nice, touching tributes to both the vocalists who had come before Gutt. The first single that we got off of this record was Meadow, and Meadow was kind of the first representation of what Jeff was capable of bringing into this band. And whenever I was listening to the song for the first time, it definitely did give me more of kind of a Scott Weiland vocal delivery style. And I really do enjoy also the guitar work and the bass too. The bass really just grooves with more of a kind of fuzzy effect. And also, I can see why this thing was released as the first single on this record. It's just a really catchy hard rock song. This song has actually peaked at number 6 on the Billboard mainstream rock charts, and I can honestly see why. And also, that chorus is just really, really infectious, and I can honestly see why the band chose this song to be the first single off this self-titled record. Now, like I stated earlier, this album also does pay tribute due to Weiland and Bennington's deaths in the past few years, and you can see that definitely on tracks such as The Art of Letting Go, which was actually a promotional single before this album had even come out, and also on other tracks such as Finest Hour and Reds and Blues. But there are also other songs too, lyrically, that do kind of mention that, and I'll go ahead and read some of the lyrics so you can kind of see where that tribute is kind of paying off for Weiland and Bennington. I hope to see your smile again, but some days far too long of a road from the art of letting go. You never say goodbye, you left a void that's like no other. I know because it's true, from Finest Hour. You gave it all for something you once sold, the truth be told, you lied from Roll Me Under. Whenever I did my reaction review to the track Never Enough, I said that there was something weird in the vocals, and someone had actually mentioned that production on that thing was using reverb on the vocals. So I kind of do feel a bit awkward for saying that, and I kind of do still stand by my stance that it is the weakest song, or weakest single actually, on this record. Just because, I mean, it's an okay track. I'm not going to say that. And all of the singles that were released before this record are actually pretty fantastic, I will not lie. But this one, I just didn't really find as much enjoyment as the other ones did, honestly. And that's probably the same case on this one. There isn't a single song that I would really find to be really weak. But if there was a song that I probably wouldn't listen to as much as the other ones, it'd still probably be never enough, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question now and probably end up looking like a dumbass later whenever I look back at this. Does anyone else get a feeling of Lane Staley whenever they hear the song Good Shoes vocally? It's a good song, don't get that wrong. I'm not trying to say that it's bad, but at the same time, it just vocally did remind me a little bit of Lane Staley. My personal favorite track that is on this record is actually the track Thought She'd Be Mine, which is in the middle of this album, and the one word that I would have to describe it is very hypnotic in my opinion. I really love Jeff's vocal delivery on this thing, especially in that chorus where he's singing I Thought She'd Be Mine, you know, the titular title of this song, and it's just really mesmerizing in my opinion. And looking back at the instrumentation too, this is where I feel like the musicianship is very strong on this record. Not to say that all the other tracks didn't show musicianship. This is just where I see it the most on this record. I think it's a pretty phenomenal track and something that I would really love to hear more of in the future. So overall, I'm really enjoying this album. I think Jeff is a pretty nice addition to this group. He really blends in very well. I love the musicianship that is shown throughout this entire record. And I think that the tracks that do pay tribute to Bennington and Weiland are just very touching in my opinion. The rating I'm going to give this album is going to be, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. But anyways, y'all, what are your thoughts on the record? Definitely comment in the comment section down below. And anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you all for watching this video. As always, thanks to Infinity on Hannah for these awesome designs. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click right over there to catch up on more content on this channel. If you want to see a previous video that I did, you can click right over there to see that video. And if you want to follow any of my social media links, they are linked down at the bottom. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you soon.